Hi travelers. Gonna do another open reading. Today we're gonna do a 15 card Sibilla reading though. And I will clarify with the playing cards or at least add another layer to the story. And then we'll pull either an angel ant or both, one of each. Okay, an angel ant and a romance angel card. Um, y'all know from being with me for a while that I always speak to you about I don't have any dream recall, right? And that typically when I do have dreams, it's either one of my dead relatives that come to kind of warn me about something. So it's like a prophetic dream. They come to warn me of something, and it But those are the dreams I typically remember. It has to be something that kind of stands out for me. And then a couple of weeks ago, I was doing an Akashic Records readings for a client, and she was talking about she does astral travel and how freaked out she is when she does it because she's always afraid she's gonna fall. And I was like, girl, I'm like a superhero. I have on a cape, my fists be in the air, and I just be busting through concrete when I do astral travel. So none of that stuff is weird to me. But I had a dream last night that was so bizarre. I don't even know what to make of it. So in the dream, I'm in my apartment like I am now, and somebody knocks at my door, and I open the door, and it's Barack Obama. Wait a minute. Him and a whole bunch of Secret Service people. But oddly enough, he's not at my door as President Obama. He's at my door as Barack Obama. And he walks into my living room, and I'm like, Barack Obama, what are you doing here? He says, well, I just came to tell you. And he points to the rug in my living room. He goes, that your rug is old and that you need a new rug. And I just want to make sure that you're covered. And I was like, what? I was like, well, I was like, how did you come to my house? He goes, well, I was in town. I was like, what? I was like, okay, well, thank you for, speaking to me about this, but really, don't you got more important things to do? He says, well, I just wanted to make sure you were covered. And I looked at him and I just thought, what in the hell? I was like, you know what? All of y'all need to get the hell out of my house. And I put them all out. Barack Obama and the Secret Service men too. I have no idea if that dream means anything. If it's just, I don't have Barack Obama on the brain. I don't know what that was about. So if anybody out there got the ear of Barack Obama, y'all tell him I appreciate him showing up in my dreams. But next time he need to, I don't know, be more clear or at least notify somebody that he's coming. I have never. That was just the weirdest dream. Okay, now I just had to share that with y'all because that's some crazy, crazy hot foolishness. I've never heard of it. Or why he would show up and why he would talk to me about my rug. I don't know if it means anything. And that's the danger about doing this kind of work or dealing with the spiritual or the psychic is you have to be careful not to read signs into everything. You know what I mean? You have to be really careful about that. So I don't know what the hell that means. Your rug is old. You need a new rug. And I just want to make sure that you're covered. I have no clue what that means. So anyway, IVJ, I think it is. You filled out the form for a reading, for a 20 for 20 reading, but you did not submit payment. You need to go back to the form if you want the reading. You need to go back to the form, fill it out again, and then scroll down to the bottom of the page. That is where the payment gateway is. I did send you an email, but it may have gone to your spam folder, so check your spam folder. Okay, anyway, with that being said, just a few days from 2019, can you believe it? Let's go ahead and lay 15 Sibilla cards, and I'm going to tell you what I see, okay? Allegrezza al cuore. Now, I was speaking, I guess it was yesterday, I don't even know, about how specific the Sibillas are in terms of happiness. There is the alegria, which is happiness with family and friends, and those people your social, maybe your social contacts. And then there's allegrezza al cuore, which is the happiness of the heart. This is about personal happiness. To me, it's like the Three of Cups. So there we see the allegrezza al cuore. La donna de servizio, casa, mercante, la nemica. Next row, superbia, dinari, fortuna, donna maritata, and viaggio. Last row, prigione, domestico. So now I have the two servants here. Presente di pietre preziose. I can never say that. The precious presents. I can never say that. Disgrazia. Oh, there's our tower card. And the giovani fanciulla. Now, I have three women here. And I don't know if this is a kid, like a teenage girl, because the card speaks to attraction to a young girl. But I also look at that card somewhat like the Nine of Coins lady, okay? Right in the center, our focus is Fortuna. Fortuna is the Wheel of Fortune. Fortuna is a goddess. She is typically depicted as wearing a blindfold. Fortuna is about your destiny. It could be the idea of people blindly steering your destiny without knowing that they're doing that. But it's also a fickle card. It represents the Wheel of Fortune. So what this tells me is that things are spinning, things are changing, but they may be going back and forth and back and forth. This is our focus. This is where we are now. So it speaks to me about some kind of opportunity, but things are rather shaky right now. On the four corners, I have Allegrezza al cuore, la nemica, prigione, and the giovani fanciulla. Now, the reason why I say there's three women, and I don't know if this is three different aspects of one woman, but la nemica, she speaks to the enemy or the rival, okay? Or you notice she got a knife in her hand, okay? And she has revealed her mask. Her mask has come off. Then I have the Donna Maritata, who this card speaks to respect for a married woman. Or we can just say, for instance, this is the wife or the child care provider or the nurturer, the caretaker, so to speak. And then I have the giovani fanciulla. What I think is that this is past, present, future, past, present, and future. And of course, the interplay of the cards. What I feel is that for someone here, and I have this Mercante, he's like the Three of Wands. And so the story is that things are humming along. I think there is a male here in the picture. He presents himself as the Mercante. This is the businessman. He does deals and negotiations and sales. So Allegrezza al cuore. We're looking at something quite happy. Things are humming along with the Donna de Servizio. She is a domestic. Her job is to run errands, to help. So she's sort of like the action verb. So I think that across this top row, there's a joy of life. Things seem to be great. Everything's going along within the home. But there's either a business deal or a negotiation or a plan to do something. But what we see is this La Nemica here. And the La Nemica, as I said, is the enemy or the rival. So I sense that there may be a third or at least some competition, female competition here. Okay? Superbia speaks to vanity and pride and hubris. With denari denotes money and security. all brought about by Fortuna, just a change in circumstances. But it speaks to this idea that for a woman with children, uh, it's the Superbia card that kind of doesn't fit this row for me. Um, because it kind of speaks to the idea of saying, you know what, things are going so great, and this might be a bit of arrogance here with Superbia, but there's a trip or there's a visit related. This could even be, I've seen this card sometimes show up as a job interview. As well, no, that's the riunione. So this speaks about a visit. So I'm not exactly sure if this also speaks to success. That feeling that you get when you succeed in something, and it's about pride. So I feel for a female in this, one who may have children, that things are actually going pretty well. But it is this viaggio. I feel that someone wants to visit, or had promised to visit, said they were going to visit, wants to visit. I said that already. The reason why I say that is here. I think the plan was there was happiness about this trip coming, but suddenly someone is not able to make it. Okay? Now this card speaks to limitations. It speaks to obstacles, but we don't know if the figure in this card, this is circumstances beyond his control, or if he himself has chained himself to this particular thing. There's this idea of obstinacy, in a sense, that the person is happy with the way things are right now. They out of maybe pride or arrogance feel that they don't have to move or do anything. But on the back side of this, we have this domestico. Now, the domestico himself is a helper, like la donna de servizio. Only this guy is a bit more, I don't know, shady or suspect, because the card also speaks to the idea of a collaborator. Okay, this could also be the idea of someone returning, the man returning. All right. The precious present speaks to a gift that's not unselfish. And I do feel here this is speaking to the circumstances in the home changing. Things are better. There's more harmony. There may be more love. There may be but it's fickle. It's a fickle energy here with Fortuna in the center. I feel that some of you have tried to offer help to someone, or said you would help, or that help was proffered. Donna de servizio fortuna disgrazia. Either it was rejected or you had to take it back. Okay. Here there is another female. There is another female, and this male, this mercante, is here. We see that he is either the marriage is going up in flames, or there's some kind of business deal with this donna de servizio that's not going to plan, because this card speaks to an extreme misfortune. I don't think this is a legal issue. I think it has to do, yes, with property and money. Whether this is joint properties and money, or the properties and monies of people separately. I also feel that this Lanamika has come to visit. And not only has she come to visit, she is now the new chick. Okay? We can see here, Lanamika, Donna Maritata, the precious presence, the gift not unselfish. So it's kind of like, in a sense, it may be a blessing in disguise, so to speak. Maybe she's like done you a favor, some of you. I feel that there might be a older female, like maybe a teenager. That's why it keeps coming across like a teenager. Now this could be an individual who has an ex with a child, yeah, and there's still some ties there. I also feel that some of you have children separately on your own and not with this Mercante individual. I do sense there was a trip that came or that was planned. But for whatever reason, the person was not able to make it. And I think it was something to do with house issues. Maybe this is finances around the house. Maybe it is financial mortgages, bills, things of that nature. Maybe it was a purchase of some kind of property. And this is why, one of the reasons why the individual did not come or has refused to move and budge. I feel, on the other hand, from the L'Animica to Superbia to the Giovani Fanciulla, that this is someone who is, in a way, kind of lording the fact over, or using the fact that this Giovani Fanciulla really reads like a teenage girl. It just, that's the energy that's coming off of it. Maybe for the holidays there was a visit. Maybe the male has custody of the child, this girl. Maybe the mom herself came to visit the child. Okay. It is this domestico with the precious presence, as if there was an offer to help or to do something that was quite unselfish, but it blew up. It literally just, and that in turn kind of threw everything else off. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I hope that I am. And we see these L'Animica, Donna Maritata, Giovani Fanciulla. I still think that these are three separate women, but this is a teenage girl of some sort. So whether you yourself have children or not, separately from this Mercante, it speaks to the idea that you are a caring and nurturing kind of a person. And there is some kind of possible deal or negotiations happening between you and this Mercante that blew up. But it blew up because this person came back around. Didn't come back around. I don't think has ever left the picture, because we see he's trying to formulate what can he work out with this person, right? So I don't know if this is a divorce, a separation. It may already be that these two people are divorced and they have a child between them, and that kind of keeps them tied together, so to speak. I get the sense that he wants, the tide will turn and he's going to try to come back. But I think there's something he's not telling you. And the two cards over the Donati lets me know that the two of you together either feel this sense of security or can create this sense of security, not only in a financial sense, like maybe two people coming together and if they pool all of their money, they can make things a whole lot better, that kind of a thing. But there's also this sense of there's a security that's felt between the two of you. But he's a bit more shaky. I think you're up front, but he's a bit more shaky. I don't sense that there are conditions placed on what the person is offering. I just think there's more to the story that we don't know. I think the individual is in some maybe financial straits, dire straits here. And this was supposed to, this opportunity to get this house and to get everything. You know, sometimes we throw all of our eggs in one basket. Okay, I'm going to do this, and then that's going to make life much better for me, right? And everything. But because the wheel turns, right? And we never know which way it's going to turn. Things don't always go as we planned, we'd hoped, or we liked. I also feel here that whatever this domestico is offering, not that the person is of two minds. I just think there's something hidden. I think there's something that the individual's not saying. There's something that the individual's not telling you. And it most definitely has to do with this Lanamico. And like I said, I don't know if this is, if you're married, if this is a side chick, somebody trying to break up your marriage, or if this is an ex that's preventing you from getting with this Mercante person here. I think that there is a idea, in a sense, that money makes the person. I don't know what that means. If that's not really what is coming across, I'm trying to, but there's this huge attachment on the physical level to appearing wealthy or appearing one way. There's this. There's a pride and a vanity in the fact, okay, and I think, I hope you guys can understand what it is I'm trying to say, because I can't quite bring it across. I feel that if you represent the Donna Maritata in this, and maybe for some of you, this Giovanni Fanciulla shows up as a liberation. The Nine of Pentacles lady. I also get that for some of you that it's really just the idea of you in your home with your teenage daughter, or maybe your other kids. That comes across too. It is these two cards, this row here, along with the Domestico, that kind of doesn't make any sense to me. So let's pull 3 playing cards. Oh, wow. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Spades has come out. Now, I'm going to lay 3 more cards next to her to see what this tells me. Because she can sometimes, depending on what comes out, can portend a breakup, somebody trying to take your lover or your husband away from you. There's a 3 of Diamonds. I'm going to lay 3 more cards. Yep, there's a Queen of Hearts. And another 3. There's definitely a third person here. Most definitely. But yet there's some kind of support here. No, that's not right. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, there's some kind of support here for this Queen of... It's a queen between 2 numbers, 2 cards of the same number. But there's another female here. Okay, let me take a look at this. Yes. It says business collaborations of more than two persons. If it's a personal collaboration, the three of diamonds. Let me show it to you. If it's a personal collaboration, it speaks to a menage a trois. Three people. It shows up in twos. Two threes, two queens. So there's definitely another female here. Now, I don't know, as I said, if you the side chick or if you're the new romantic partner on the horizon, but somebody is either they're married and they got a side chick, or they're divorced, are interested in you, but their ex is all up in the mix. That's really what that says. Let me look at this three of clubs here. It speaks to delays, postponements, nuisances, blocks. Okay? Remember I said something is preventing this guy from either moving forward, either relationship-wise, whether this is marriage, moving in, or committing. Okay? Either he's married already, or there is an ex, or there's just somebody else lurking around. There's something the individual's not saying. Okay? This card can speak to women of different ethnic backgrounds, or somebody who chart is predominated by air. This is somebody who's temperamental, less than agreeable, can sometimes be considered to be a witch. I think that's why this card, and what I mean by witch is actually a bitch, somebody difficult to deal with. And I think it does have to do with a teenage daughter. That card just comes up like that. That's not something that I normally get. I'm not exactly sure if this card, looking at this row, means that the person is going to come back around. I'm gonna pull three cards on that. Okay, because it's trying to tell me something else. The three of clubs. I think that's what I was trying to look at. Yeah, I just read that. Now, let me give you the other meanings of these cards. This says a legal letter. Be tactful with others in order to avoid disputes. I honestly feel that there's some kind of property issue or financial issue in the case that he's trying to negotiate with her. And whatever these negotiations are, it's also affecting the relationship between you. It's kind of like the person may have just disappeared off the scene and you haven't heard from that individual. This speaks to love, listen now, and happiness, a successful marriage, a favorable long-term proposition, a second chance, particularly in an economic sense. Oh, wow. The Queen of Hearts. This can be a fair-haired woman with good nature or a woman with water signs predominating her chart. She gives kind advice, she's affectionate, and she's caring. Sometimes this can indicate a mother or mother figure. But here is this Queen of Spades who fell out of the deck. This says a widowed or divorced woman or a woman with air predominating in her chart. Now, let me see if there's something else that I can come up with. Okay. The Queen of Spades represents a woman of hidden depths. She is mysterious, intriguing, and enigmatic. Because she is reserved, it takes time to get to know her. However, it is well worth making the effort. She values friendships and enjoys helping the special people in her life. She is naturally intuitive and is quick to detect dishonesty and deceit. She is supportive, wise, and generous with the people she cares about. She has the potential to inspire others and encourage them to achieve things that they never thought possible. She makes a good friend, but she can also be a formidable enemy to people who have tried to deceive her. And I don't know if that's you. I think it's kind of you, and I think it's kind of this other person. It speaks to, you'll hear me say sometimes that one card can speak of two different people or two different circumstances. And that's the case for this queen. They both play like this. I think that for some of you, this Lanamika that you're dealing with may be a water sign female or a blonde female, whereas this person is maybe have dark hair, okay? But she could also be that person, so, don't get it twisted, okay? The Three of Diamonds relates to communications concerned with money. These are likely to be legal papers or a contract. There it is. Or perhaps even a will. The outcome will be determined by the card that is to the right. Well, there she is, the female in the middle. It is delayed and will not bring as much satisfaction as the querent would wish. There it is. Lighthearted, carefree, and emotional. She is naturally intuitive and is constantly full of exciting and different ideas. She uses her intuition to understand, motivate, and support the people she cares about. She appreciates beauty and dislikes anything that is ugly, coarse, or inharmonious. She is sensitive and easily hurt, but she does not carry grudges and is quick to forgive. The Queen of Hearts enjoys good company and is friendly, gregarious, and sociable. She is quick to laugh and enjoys small talk. It says that if you are female, then this is a sign that you already possess many of the qualities. If you are male, it is a sign that you are loved. And the Queen of Hearts could symbolize the entire family. We see this idea of, right? Clubs. Three of Clubs. Temporary unpleasantness. It says that the victim could be, that if you recognize this, you could be the victim of a calculated snub or some malicious gossip. Even accidentally, you yourself may even be causing the unpleasantness through your own actions. How you respond will determine how seriously it ultimately becomes. If you show generosity and forgiveness, the slight will be quickly forgotten. And you will then be able to carry on in life. If, on the other hand, you allow the matter to get out of proportion, it's likely to become a festering sore that hurts everyone. Goes back to this card. Now, there's definitely two women here. It does have to do with love and money and travel. Hearts, diamonds, and clubs. let me take a look at this Queen of Spades for you. Oh, I read you the Queen of Spades. I did. Let's pull 3 cards on this Viaggio. I don't see any messages here, like the letter or the messaggere. But something definitely did not go well. For some of you, this is coming up. As if someone has plans to come and see you, or you guys may have plans to get together, maybe to try to discuss and make plans towards the future. But there is an obstacle. There's a holdup. There's another woman here. And I don't think you're going to find out until the end. And for some of you, this Giovani Fanciulla does speak to a teen girl. For others of you, this is the idea that once this shit goes up in flames, you will be free to do whatever. It is this card. So let's pull 3 cards on it. And then get ready to formulate your angel answer cards. There's this card portends sometimes separation. Wow. And then there's 2 6s. Hold on a second. This could also be some kind of social gathering because we've got all of these people. So I don't know if maybe this went around like the holiday. Okay. The 6 of... Now there's 2 different meanings here. One of these portends a separation. Yeah, there it is. A divorce, dissolution of all types of partnerships, business and personal. It also signifies a troubled marriage, a letting go process in all kinds of relationships. So this gossip, I don't know if somebody's, if they're trying to poison the well. Or what they're trying to do. It says 2 6s, marriage enriches. We see that here. So again, there's this idea that there's some kind of property dispute, or there's going to be a property dispute, and I don't think this is going to be nice. Again, here's the 2 of clubs. It says verbal communications, generally one-on-one, such as phone calls. This is it. I think someone is going to either come and tell you the message, or the message is related to this particular trip that was supposed to happen, or this visit, this getting together. It also speaks to increased financial activities. It says get ready to do it or get off the pot. Invest, make that deal. It's money movement time. So we're looking at a time frame of 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. I don't read out that far. So I'm looking between 6 days and maybe 6 weeks. Okay? 3 months is about as far out as I'll go, as I'll risk. Now let me give you this other interpretation here. This says there's some small changes and improvements, but it speaks to obstacles to success. And again, there's malicious gossip. So there's somebody talking here, somebody who's against you, who's trying to poison the well. Now, I don't know if that's between these 2 individuals, or if it's literally somebody talking about... It says relationship problems, arguments, and separations. So no matter how you cut it, that speaks to divorces and disillusions, as does this. Okay? And so I'm not exactly certain if... Maybe this is the idea that this person rides out, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting that this person is related to this person. I'm getting that you yourself may have a teenage daughter. Okay. But this is definitely, this is the enemy. This is the rival. And this idea of a gift that's not unselfish, I think that if this relates to the fact that she used to be his ex, was the mother of his children, this is the thing that keeps coming up. Well, I'm the mother of your children. That's a gift that's not unselfish. I gave birth to your kid, yada, yada, yada. Okay. But also, there's this idea that the reappearance of this person, even though this may have thrown a monkey wrench into your plans, or the plans at least of the Mercante, okay, in a way, this delay is a good thing. All right. And that eventually with this Tower card, this misfortunate event will end up in some way or effect freeing you up. Okay. Now, angel answer card. Formulate your question for the angel answer. Romance angel. It says ask your angels for the angel answer. Forgiving and learning. Now we just saw that about this queen. Okay. It says ask as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I personally think that that has to do with this person, because they are not revealing something. Let's pull quickly 3 cards on that. There's something they're not saying. There's something that you don't know. There's some either trick or deception. It's not the, what do you call it? The falsidad card, but it's sort of like that. 2 of hearts. 2 of spades. Everything's coming out. And the 10 of clubs. 2 twos. Oh, wow. It says 2 souls in tune, lovers, people drawn to each other, a true loving relationship. That's what I was saying about these 3 cards together. The 3 of you, the 2 of you together are good for each other. That's the energy between the 2 of you. But there's a third party here. I'm just not going to lie to you about that. 2 of spades. It says a secret romance, a secret deal, a dark secret about someone you know. The seen, the unseen, and the unknown, including positive benefits not visible on the surface. Now, if it turned up with the 10 of spades, it was a con game or larcenous plot. If it turned up with the 8 of clubs, it could indicate prosecution and incarceration. But that's not what this is. What this is there's something this person is not telling you. And it says there's needless worry and nervousness. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Maybe this is the energy of this person worried about the fact that they done jilted you or reneged on whatever it is they're trying to, you know, that they've made a promise. Because that's kind of how this card is showing up for me. So let me take a look at it for you. The 2 of hearts. It says a warm partnership or engagement, and it indicates strength and support coming from a partner. That's what this says to me. That's what this whole row is. But here is this person, and somebody is not willing to admit. They're very happy. They're very pleased. Maybe they want to go through with it, but there's something that they are not telling you. 2 of spades. It says breaks in a relationship. Oh, Lord, I didn't plug my thing in. I'm about to lose the power. Hold on. Hold on. Barack Obama didn't tell me all about that. Hold on. Oh, my God. There we go. Okay. 2 of spades says breaks in a relationship and deceit. It speaks to a break in an important process. It says if it concerns a particular romantic interest, this is a warning card that infidelity and separation is likely. Now, I don't know if this means that the person is going to try to come back to you. Look, I just read cards. Let's look at this 10 of clubs. It speaks to good luck with money. A trip taken now may result in a new friend or love interest. Business success and good luck with money. A trip taken now will result in a new friend or a love interest. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe there is a third female there. Somebody lurking around. 2 6s speak to contradictions. 2 3s speak of choices. 2 2s speak of the parting of ways. Now look, I'm just going to tell you, something ain't right here. Let's read one more thing on this. Threes is a warning to avoid idle gossip and don't believe everything you hear. 2s can speak to happy times with close friends and loved ones and an opportunity, but it also says you should keep your own counsel and do not respond until you got the full matter of the story. Let's see what these 6s indicate new opportunities that are presented by people close. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. That is well. Okay, let's read the Ask Your Angels. It says, your angels are always with you. However, you must ask for their assistance in order for them to provide you with the help you're seeking, because heaven respects your free will choices. State your questions to your angels clearly. You can do so out loud or silently in your own mind. Your angels will instantly help you according to the divine's will. Your angels may also have special messages for you about the situation you're asking about. Sit quietly in a peaceful place, indoors or out in nature, and ask for advice and guidance. Notice what messages come to you. It's possible the answers will come to you through your feelings, hearing, or sight, or perhaps you will just know the answer. You can also ask the angels for signs during the day to guide you onto the right path. Forgiving and learning. The romance angels have heard your desire for great love, and they bring you this card as guidance. They see that your heart can give and receive the bliss of romance by clearing away the cobwebs of the past. The angels know that you've been hurt before and that you're wary of being hurt again. Yet your defenses are creating barriers to allowing love into your life. As you heal your past, you won't keep recreating it. After all, excuse me, you attract into your life the situations and relationships that remind you of what you've already experienced, because that is a primary tool of healing. Let me read that again. You attract into your life the situations and relationships that remind you of what you've already experienced, because that is a primary tool of healing. In other words, you keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. Okay? It's trying to heal you, but I don't think you're getting the message. To change to a healthier relationship pattern, it is necessary to detoxify any old anger, blame, or unforgiveness you may be holding, and this includes forgiving yourself. If you call upon the angels and ask them to help you release and heal your past, they'll clear away the heaviness so that your heart can soar with happiness. That's what I have for you. That's quite interesting. Don't forget, I have the 30-minute and the 45-minute special going on. December 31st, the site will be down. You will not be able to access anything on the site. So if you want to get in on that, you've got a few more days. I do hope this message helped you. And until next time, thank you for allowing me to read for you, and namaste.